Welcome to Let's Talk About Everything and Nothing. We're Sophia, Michelle, your favorite or soon-to-be favorite ADHD-ridden masc sisters.
Expect deep combos, random tangents, and the occasional existential crisis. Or maybe we'll just talk about snacks.
Either way, we're here, we're talking, and you're stuck with us. So let's get into it.
Alright guys, so we're already having our Harry Potter episode. Why millennials love it, why we love it, and why we love all of our hyperfixations and all the things that makes us happy with the dopamine.
We definitely have more hyperfixations other than Harry Potter, but Harry Potter is definitely one that is near and dear to us.
To both of us. I think that's why, there's a lot of things that we both like, but Harry Potter is something that we both bond over.
I think that resonates not only with people with ADHD, but like millennials in general.
Most millennials, yeah.
But I feel like a lot of millennials have ADHD.
So we even got Harry Potter pillows for this episode.
Yeah, we're festive. They're actually very soft.
So let's talk about that. So like Harry Potter came out when... So I'm older than you, right?
She's
so,
5 years older than me.
So it came out when you were little, and I was, I think, a teenager.
I was probably in like the 4th grade when the first book came out.
So that means I was in the 9th grade. So yeah, I was a teenager. So it wasn't like a big craze for me, but I went to the movies and stuff like that, and I enjoyed it. You know what, the books or the movies came out when you're in 4th grade?
The book definitely came out when I was in 4th grade because I remember when it came out, very big craze with my age group. One of my classmates, his mom was actually one of our teachers during like downtime because he loved the books. She would read in voices the first book. So the first book came out when I was in 4th grade.
I do voices. So, but I can probably say I've seen all the movies at least minimum 5 times.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen them more than 5 times.
I probably have seen it more than 5 times, but I'm going to err on the side of caution.
It's a dangerous subject, okay? There's some serious Harry Potter heads out there, so do not...
I wanted to say like 15 times, but I was like...
Oh, I've definitely seen collectively, up in the 50s. But, to be fair, I don't start at the first one. I normally start at 4.
But so like 1 through 3 you don't watch again? So you've only seen 4 through...
Okay, so I've definitely seen 4 through 8 in the upper 50s, and I've seen 1 through 3 probably anywhere from 15 to 20.
The Chamber of Secrets is definitely my least favorite.
The first one's my least favorite.
See, that's weird. To me, that one's like the most like comforting. Like if I'm looking for something that I want to feel like a comfort, like a big bowl of mashed potatoes and like chicken. So side note, whenever I want something like what I would consider like a comfort food, it has to be in a bowl. So like mashed potatoes, corn, chicken, gravy in a bowl. So KFC mashed potato bowl.
That is delicious, but I don't think I knew that.
or the day after when we used to have chicken and rice and beans. The day after, I would put everything in a bowl. I would tear up the chicken because we would always have drumsticks. So the rice, the beans, tear up the chicken, a whole shit ton of hot sauce on it in a bowl, and sit in the living room and watch TV. Like that to me, that's like whenever I think of like something comfort, that's what I want. So
the things you learn about someone you thought you knew everything about.
So whenever I think of like something like that, like a comfort thing, I think of the first one.
I forgot we were talking about Harry Potter because this is such like an elaborate description.
So why don't you like the first one?
I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't grab that hold of me. I think maybe because it's too light.
Interesting.
I need some pain in my comfort. I don't know what that says about me.
Okay, but this kid lived in a cupboard. In the first movie, like, he's literally being, like, treated horribly.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure, like, his friends dying
I don't know.
is, like, way more traumatic than living in a cupboard. I think I'd rather live in a cupboard than my friends die.
But his friends died in, what, the fourth one?
That's where I like to start.
But is that okay, you like what you like, but,
The first one is definitely my least favorite. My favorite one is probably going to be either Half-Blood Prince or I'm going to combo the Deathly Hallows. But if I had to pick between 1 and 2, it'd be 2.
I think my favorite one is the Goblet of Fire. But
a lot of people's favorite Harry Potter movie is Goblet of Fire because I think that's when it starts getting dark.
I don't think that's why I like it. Also, I kind of like the Prisoner of Azkaban. Except for, I hate that they repeat things, which because they go back in time, they have to repeat things. And like that, just like, I'm like, all right.
That's the whole purpose, Michelle.
So yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because I like a little pain with my comfort. Lets me know I'm alive.
Definitely, like, okay, so like this kid right here, like, she is a person that, like, And my wife does it too, so listens, like, forces herself to be sad, like, listens to sad things to be sad, like, and I'm not saying, like, I haven't, like, not that I know, like, a certain song, if I put it on, if I play it, I know I'm gonna cry, and I'll still play it, but, like, she'll purposely be like, oh, yeah, I need this to cry, and I want...
1,000%. Like, sometimes I just want to watch the part of movies where I know it's gonna, like, make me ugly cry. You gotta get it out somehow.
You should probably talk to your therapist.
I don't think I've ever talked to them about that.
You should probably write that down.
I didn't think it was relevant, to be honest.
You should probably write that down.
Is it? Is it relevant? Do y'all don't do that?
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do. I mean, I know a lot of people do that. Like, a lot of people want, you know, when they break up and stuff like that, and they listen to, like, sad love songs and stuff like that.
But I don't even have to be through heartbreak or, like, something traumatic, like my mother dying. You know, it's just, like, sometimes you just need a good cry. A really good one that I do this to is Armageddon. I really love the part where Harry pushes him back in and he's saying goodbye to his daughter, and then he's like, it's supposed to be me, and he's like, no, your job is to take care of my little girl, and he's like, Harry, he's like, I always thought of you as a son, AJ, and then he's like touching the screen when he's talking to his daughter. Beautiful. What are we talking about? I don't know. Pain with my comforts. Yeah. So those are my favorites. My least favorite is one, like I said. I had the first book read to me, and then I just saw the movies from there. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't until I was like a young adult where like Harry Potter movies meant so much to me still at this point. Like I really enjoyed all of them, that I would like go down like rabbit holes on Reddit and YouTube about like things obviously I missed because I didn't read the books. And then from there I read the books, and then recently I listened to them.
I definitely did not read any books until I was older. Definitely saw all the movies. Probably saw all of them in the theater, even as like I was in college. Really enjoyed them.
They were really good movies.
Yeah, I read the first 3 whenever I was about 10 years ago. I'm getting around, about 10 years ago. Recently, like, so I listened to all of them on audiobooks, and I listened to all of them in like less than a month.
Yeah, I did it really quickly too.
And I cried a lot.
Dobby's death is definitely harder in the book than it is in the... I mean, it was rough in the movie, but in the book I definitely was like...
Molly Weasley's relationship with Harry, and I know I told you, and I don't think you saw it as much as I did, because you were like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm... whatever. But, I
mean, I got what you said for sure, but I definitely wasn't like, oh, this was...
profound?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just something with Molly Weasley. It's just because I know that she loved Harry so much, and that, you know, and she saw that he needed, not so much her, but like he needed that kind of love.
He needed someone to love him.
He needed that kind of love. I kind of think it's like How I See You a little bit. I think. I don't know. I think that's maybe why it stood out to me so much, because of, you know, our relationship and things like that. Of, you know, how we grew up. So I think that's what it affected. Like, those added things that I never knew because of the movies, you know, left them out. And I was, like, listening to them while I was driving, and I was just, like, sobbing. But it's, like, you know, one of the things, like, why I think people connect with the book so much is, like, it's so many characters, but, like, so many characters and so many relationships and so many nuances and so many personality types that you can find somebody to identify with. And, you know, not that the author now is a good person, because she's, you know, I don't agree that the things that she does, but like she did such a good job on these books of creating these characters and creating this world.
Yeah, 100%.
And not even like, oh, that world is crazy and ridiculous. It wasn't. It was just like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was just something that you could just kind of melt yourself into and keep going and keep rewatching it. And it's not something for most people, you know, that gets old.
Like I said, like I think a lot of millennials, if you ask, you know, I would say like 7 out of 10 of them are like, yeah, Harry Potter, and like different degrees. Obviously, like there's some like Harry Potter fans even bigger than, you know, us, and then there's, you know, people who are watch the movies, probably never read the books, probably never took the tests.
I'm a Slytherin.
A Gryffindor.
You're not a Gryffindor.
I'm a Hufflepuff. So they say.
But, and also, you know, we did a 9 3/4 months thing for my son when he was 9 3/4, and we let him pick his house, and so as of right now he is a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, he's a Ravenclaw with my wife.
It was really ridiculous but very sweet, and he's watched the movies with me. I probably made him watch them at least 3 times, and he's a year and a half, so
he's on the right road.
It's just a lot of comfort. It's a lot of things just to, bond with. But also, now that we're older, we can see kind of like
the real life connections.
Yeah.
Of
even like the politicalness of it and things like that of different things.
In the real world.
Which is crazy to me that this woman who was so profound is who she is. But anyway.
She doesn't get any more screen time. So. But yeah, I do think it's a big part. I think it's because we could resonate so much as this like big fantasy world that we all could have wished we could have lived in as kids, and even a little bit now, and then also like the correlation to how it's still meaningful in our lives today. I think that's why, at least for me, I think that's why I still feel so connected and comforted by it.
It's definitely a comfort thing. Like I could watch. Like I even was contemplating re-listening to them. I was like in a lull of what I do. I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah, she got me into audiobooks.
From the library. Get a library card.
Yeah, get a library card. I listened to the new, this is not Harry Potter, but I listened to the new Hunger Games book for free because I have a library card.
I'm now listening to the Hunger Games. And that also makes me cry. So,
in general, I think that time of era, like Harry Potter, Hunger Games, all those like movies then, Tintin.
Mm-hmm.
And books. The books. Some of the books are better than the movies, actually, but Divergent, I'm talking to you.
But, okay, so there is...
Is our audiobook fascination a hyperfixation?
Yes, it is. For me, it is, because I'm like... I'm trying to feed it, because as soon as I don't have something to listen to, I won't listen to it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about. And so I even like signed up for like Kindle Unlimited for a few months for the free trial because I couldn't think of anything to listen to. And then there was this book I really wanted to listen to, but it wasn't through my library. I didn't have it. I downloaded Audible too, so like Audible and Kindle Unlimited, I had the free trial. I'm so upset because the book I really wanted to listen to was horrible. I couldn't get past the first chapter, and I'm so sad because I really wanted to like this book, and I did.
What was it?
I can't remember the exact name of the title anymore. It's just like The First in My Family or something like that. And it's about this Mexican-American woman.
Genre too.
Mexican-American woman who was the first person to admit that they were an alcoholic in her family.
That makes me comfortable. I have no idea why.
In a family of alcoholics. And so it's about her journey of that. It's one of those things where my wife uses this analogy. When you're healed, everyone around you hasn't taken a shower, including yourself. And so you don't like realize how stinky everybody is. But then when you heal, it's like you're taking a shower and you're clean. And then you realize how everybody else is funky.
That's deep.
And so
that's a good analogy.
It's kind of about her family like pushing back on her healing and stuff like that.
I'm sad that you didn't like it. Sounds like it'd be a good book.
It's because the author used too many adjectives. Like, it was too flowery. Some flowers I get, like, zhuzh it up a little bit. But it was too much. It was too much to hold my attention. And I was like, this could have been so good for me. But no, I couldn't. So I started listening to other things, and because I had the trial ended. So I went to Hunger Games. But yeah, hyperfixation. Audiobooks is a hyperfixation that I have right now.
What would you say that your first hyperfixation was?
Looking back, knowing what hyperfixations are, I can probably tell you was downloading music illegally. Just because I went to a very poor middle school, and my parents weren't poor. We weren't rich. I was spoiled, and we weren't poor. And so I had a computer, and I had the internet. That was, I'm old enough for that to be
a big thing.
And I went to school with a lot of kids who didn't have that stuff, and so I thought I was,
She thought you was hot shit.
I thought I was big shit. And so I had the internet and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, illegally downloaded. Probably didn't come out until I was in high school. But, like, I was still more well off than a lot of my other friends and things like that. I had a CD burner. Not everyone had those. Like, I convinced my parents to let me put it into the family computer. I knew enough computer stuff, and so that was my thing. I was the computer person.
Yeah, you were. That was your thing.
That was my thing. And so because it made me a little bit special, like I felt special, it became my hyperfixation of me like wanting to like do whatever the next thing was with computers was. CD burning, DVD burning. I'm sure I had them when I was a kid, but like that's the one that like now I can be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my... What do you think is your first hyperfixation?
But the first one I can think of that actually like this is my hyperfixation, nutrition stuff like macros and stuff like that. Like that was a hyperfixation for a minute.
And I'm pretty sure I've had a lot of like flash in the pan hyperfixations where I'm like, I really want to know everything about this thing right now. Yeah. And then I fixate on it for like an hour and then I'm like, okay. Then I move on with my life.
I have less of those. Mine are like pretty...
Yours take hold of you.
Yeah.
Yours take hold of you, and I can tell by the Amazon cart.
Lawn care was one. When I first bought my house, lawn care was my hyperfixation. I watched every single video about lawn care.
She did.
I looked up every single tool that we could use. My lawn looked beautiful. Ask me if it look how it looks now. Don't. We got replaced because we got a above ground pool, so then that became a hyperfixation.
Home automation has been kind of like a...
Oh yeah. I think that's a forever one.
It's just not as intense.
Yeah, not as. I think now because I have like enough stuff.
You have a shit ton of stuff.
Unless I would go like extravagant and I'd just spend lots of more money. And then I would say from the pool I went to espressos, but I still do that though. I feel like again I've gotten to a point where like I can get more things, but then it would just get more expensive. Like there is an espresso machine that I really want, but it's like thousands of dollars.
And what about all this podcast stuff?
Listen, is it a hyperfixation? Yes. Is it gonna be like my smart home? Continuous? We hope so.
That's up to you.
Honestly. No one watches this, then it's probably gonna...
The t-shirt stuff for me was a hyperfixation.
YouTube videos. Making YouTube videos for the t-shirt stuff.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
Yeah, but honestly, for hyperfixations for me, like you said, like, they get me.
Yeah, they attach to you really hard.
Yeah.
Mine's more like knowledge-based hyperfixations.
No, mine is like, once there's a hyperfixation, you're right, like, I just need to buy everything that's going to make me the best at it, and then I'll be like, okay.
But, like, also, like, and I don't know if this is hyperfixation or just, like, normal, you tell me, but, like...
I'm not the one to tell you.
Like, okay, so we're Mexican-American, right? And we're many generations American. And so
many generations Texan.
Yeah. So we're very Americanized, right? We're very, very Americanized. I couldn't even tell you what family member was from Mexico. However, though, I like to attach to Mexican-American culture. I'm cultured. Literature, art, different things like that.
She's always been that way.
In college, I was an architect major, and there was this Mexican architect, Ricardo Legarreta. I love this architect. I don't know if it's just because he was Mexican, and we were talking about him, and I was like proud that we were talking about him. I couldn't tell you, or I actually just genuinely liked his architecture. I think I genuinely liked his architecture. So now I can still point out his architecture, and if you were to like say, oh, there's an exhibit about Ricardo Legarreta's architecture that's gonna be out next month, I'd be like, I want to go. And I haven't been an architecture student in
30 years.
It's like 20 years. So like, I don't know, is that a hyperfixation, or is that just...
I think you just liked it. But like, the thing about you is that like your hyperfixation, I think, is learning things. Because you know the most random things in the entire world. If we were leaving, I think, my mother's rosary, and we were passing by this store, she's like, oh, the store on the left, blah, 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 a German corporate, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the heck? First of all, why do you know so much about this random store that we're passing by? And not just like the name and what kind of stuff they have, but like details about like the place. I was like, who does this? You're like an encyclopedia of random facts.
I like knowing things. I like knowledge. That's why mine is more like, I'll go through the rabbit hole of like knowledge, of like figuring things out.
Yours is definitely more like learning something, and mine is I learn things on the way in my obsession.
So why do you think ADD people hyperfixate?
The dopamine. 1010%. It's like, ooh, this seems interesting. Ooh, it is interesting. And then for me personally, it's like, ooh, I need to buy all these things because I want to do this thing. And then buying things is a big deal for me.
Like hobbies are like things, like I used to enjoy making furniture, but I wasn't good at it.
There was that point of things where you just like built things in general. She had a lot of tools. She gave me an apron that says helper. You had many phases of your life.
I have.
She was really into art.
I considered myself an artist at one point in time. I ran a whole art store.
You've lived a lot of lives.
I have. Which is a problem. Because, I have things that I would consider myself good at. Not great, but like good at. But I don't know what interests me. Like computers, graphic design. But am I good at it? Like, good enough to like make a career out of it?
I mean, I think you could be. I think the thing with you, for lack of better words, you just kind of give up on some stuff.
Because it stops being interesting to me.
I mean, that's an ADD thing, but like, how do we stop that?
It has to be really interesting. Like,
but like in my 30 years of life, in your 40 years of life,
you're like 37. How old are you?
I'm 35. In my 35 years of life and your 40 years of life, you would think by this point we would have something that would stick.
Or maybe people are just not built that way.
I mean, maybe.
And we've been duped to think that it's supposed to be that way. What is life? Life is a construct. What's a credit score?
That's fake.
Yeah, it is fake.
It is 1010% fake.
Hyperfixations. It's
fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I literally, that was the word that was fixing to come out of my mouth.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's fun. It's fun to like go through that rabbit hole. To me, what's not fun is the aftermath of it. And what I mean by aftermath of it is all the things that you have purchased and no longer are using.
For me, the failure of the hyperfixation. Like, when I look at my lawn, I think about how I failed at this hyperfixation.
You didn't fail at it. You just stopped doing it. It wasn't, because while you were doing it, you're doing a great job. Making t-shirts kind of was a failure. The business definitely was a failure.
The business definitely was a failure. Hyperfixations are fun. Some hyperfixations are very comforting still to go back to.
I really wanted to get into crocheting, but it was too much. Like, it was too much. I had to pay too close of attention to what I was doing.
You did that one little thing, that wobble. Is that what it's called?
And
wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
I definitely freeballed it a little bit, so I didn't exactly follow the directions because I was like, wait, I'm confused. I've lost count. But like, you know what? This looks right.
This looks like a finish. It looked like it. You did it right. Yours is definitely
ideas and like knowledge.
I'm rarely ever like, oh, I want to know about the Dalai Lama, and then look up them. I don't know if there's a he or her. I don't know anything about that.
But then maybe you should look them up. Do you think like binge watching TV is a hyperfixation?
I don't think it's a hyperfixation. It is something ADD people do though, like rewatch things because we know the outcome.
I think why I binge watch things. So we're talking about, to me, it's two different things: binge watching and rewatching. So I can binge watch a brand new show.
I mean, I guess it's true.
But rewatching, I do it because first of all, I'm an old person now, and I'm like, there ain't nothing good on now. And so, but it's also just like one of those things where it allows me to like turn my brain off.
Oh yeah.
Like it's on, but I already know it's gonna happen. I don't have to pay attention, but I can pop in every few seconds and be like, oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. But when I really want to turn my brain off, I doom scroll. Me and my wife have nighttime movies sometimes. But my sister, the reason why I have nighttime movies is because of this one.
And you know, what I know it is now is because I needed something to turn my brain off. Because if my brain was going when I was trying to go to sleep, I would never fall asleep. And I would get in trouble.
She would.
I couldn't sleep. And so I would like beg my mom. I'm like, Mom, please just let me leave the TV on. Oh, you have to put the sleep timer on. And I would put the sleep timer on. Now it's more of a listen. Like when I'm ready to go to sleep, I'll watch something that I'm watching. Like I have a show that I'm watching almost all the time. So like I'll watch that until like, all right, it's time to go to bed. And then I turn on Gilmore Girls. Now it's more of a listen. Like I don't even really watch it. I just like listen to it. So like I'll plug my phone in, I have my nighttime headphones on, and then I'll fall asleep. I've seen Gilmore Girls at least 100 times. I watch it literally every night, and I've watched it literally every night for 15 years. I don't know, is that a hyperfixation? So, in conclusion, hyperfixations are good.
Unless they're not.
Unless they're expensive. Mine are generally not expensive.
Mine are very expensive.
Yours are very expensive, but you're a shopper.
I am a shopper, which I wish I wasn't. I'm a shopper. I like gadgets.
I like gadgets.
And I like new things.
I like gadgets.
Is liking gadgets a hyperfixation?
Kind of. I like hats. So, like, we're both wearing
like
this brand Dummy Fresh. I think that's kind of a hyperfixation right now. You know those memes that said, you know, I may not tell everybody that I won the lotto, but there will be, you know, evidence. It would be my hats. I would own almost every single hat.
He has really great hats.
He was doing collabs with like the Stars and the Mavericks, and I so wanted to go buy his merch, but I can't spend too much money on hats.
I mean, I don't buy as many hats anymore, but for a while too, you remember, like I was, especially like flat bill fitted hats. I would literally buy a hat like every time I got paid.
So to end it, what's your comfort food?
Mashed potatoes for sure.
Just mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
So mine's more of a comfort meal. Yours is a comfort food. Yeah. But I will eat the hell out of smashed potatoes.
Or rice dole. A roast con leche.
This is delicious. Maybe I'll make that tomorrow.
Anyways, hyperfixations, good or not? You be the judge, depending on your financial situation and what your hyperfixation is. For me and my wife, it's probably not good.
Or just hyperfixate on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And then come talk to us about it.
We do love our Harry Potter. I suppose I'm a Hufflepuff.
You're like the epitome of a Hufflepuff.
I'm pretty sure I'm more Gryffindor or whatever. I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with being Hufflepuff. I'm a Huff. What's going to happen next time? We don't know. Actually, we probably should look into that. But And somehow we've reached the end of another episode of Let's Talk About Everything and Nothing.
If you had fun, hit that follow button, leave a review, and follow us on TikTok and Insta. But if you got distracted halfway through, no worries. Same.
We'll be back next time with more thoughts, more distractions, and probably actually no real conclusions. But thanks so much, guys, and see you later.